No,
No, they're both me.
I'm waiting so hard for the tickets to go on sale, and I can't. I'm very upset that no one's telling us when they're going on sale.
well, yeah, and there's theaters putting up showtimes already.
Dude, so crazy. I'm meeting my brother down in Virginia, so we're
I
going
bet
to
it's
Richmond.
longer though.
Than 3 hours and 2 minutes?
Because, well, yeah, think about it. They haven't added any post-credit scenes yet. There's no way. They ended principal photography and ended editing, movie editing, and usually they only film one scene, or like they film the most related scenes as part of the movie. But then, like if they do a tease for Spider-Man Far From Home, that's filmed by the Spider-Man guys and given to them.
I just put the bracket in chat.
All right, I see it in chat.
I am a bracket.
Opening a new tab.
Breaking Bad versus House. Oh, two bad boys with doctorates. Can I say that?
Yeah. Oh,
Good.
yeah. Absolutely.
So we're just gonna vote on it live. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, that's what we did last year. Remember?
Sick. Yeah. Well, I know, but because we did the first round without everybody.
What's up with? Oh, we didn't make a decision for Westworld. Oh, Stargate SG-1.
Well, I haven't seen either, so I'm just going to that.
That's fair.
We'll talk about.
It's fine.
That makes
Stargate
more sense.
is better. So,
you know what? I would argue yes, because Stargate had more successful seasons, whereas Westworld, I didn't really like the second season.
And I'm making an executive decision and moving Lost to the next round.
What is this?
Rough,
it really doesn't matter.
People voted
for drug addicted.
No, it really doesn't matter.
Helen.
All right.
I know we're recording.
You're like, I don't even care.
Arrested Development.
VLC stopped working. That's awesome.
That's rough.
Ding 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 ding.
Oh, wait, hang on.
Unfair that The Office had to go against Community.
No, it finally worked and you started talking.
Did it start working?
Yeah,
I heard it. If you can't hear your own music,
I can't hear it. I don't even care.
Dude, what is with these? Oh my god, I just saw these seatings and I don't know why. I guess I don't remember voting for these. Did I vote for How I Met Your Mother versus Parks and Rec?
Yes.
What did I vote for?
No, you voted for Parks. No. You voted for Parks and Rec winning over Cobra Kai.
On the last episode, that's the Incredible Critic.
Sorry.
We can hear it, Ben.
This is so weird. Oh my gosh.
So Frankie, we voted what we did 1,000 votes in the chat.
Oh, okay.
For round one.
I see it. I didn't look.
What would you suggest? I mean, were you mostly in Manhattan? Frankie, sounds like you're mostly in Manhattan.
Frankie,
you guys can really hear that?
To know what you would suggest?
No, definitely. There's going to be a separate.
You guys can hear that?
Yeah, yes. We can hear that.
Oh my gosh. What is going on? Yeah, let me know. Because I can't hear anything coming out of it.
How is Andrew 17 minutes late?
There's Andrew. We haven't started yet, Andrew.
Right. All right.
Seriously?
Let's get started.
Oh my goodness.
Apparently, let me know when I'm supposed to come in.
Ben's been stalling for you.
Yeah. All right, ready?
On the last episode, The Incredible Critics.
What would you suggest? I mean, were you mostly in Manhattan? Frankie, sounds like you're mostly in Manhattan.
Frankie, do we want to know what you would suggest?
No, definitely. There's going to be a separate
because I don't want to know.
Off-air list for Andrew that he's going to go to, and it's just going to be names of places.
The Good Vid Angel.
That episode's a Good Vid Angel.
Hopefully he doesn't look anything up before he shows up there next time.
We are the Incredible Critics. Incredible not because we're great, but because our credibility, much like the technology that we use to produce this show, should seriously be in question. I am Ben Franco. This week we are going through round 1 and round 2 of our March Madness bracket. Joining me as always, Tim Lasers Gruber.
Pew 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 pew.
Frankie number 2 Fusco.
Hey Ben.
And Andrew Dr. Thunder Moore.
Hey Ben, how's it going?
And I can't hear Tuna either.
Oh no, he said, "How's it going?" I can't
hear Tuna either.
So
we
had some problems tonight.
Yeah, look, peek behind the curtain. We use Google Hangouts in order to record, and it doesn't want to work.
Actually, it's working fine for all of us. It's just not working for Ben.
Yeah. So Tuna, I can't hear you.
Love you, Ben.
So yeah.
He said, "I hate you, Ben.
That's not what I
Go
said.
rot in the ground." He said that.
Originally, I couldn't hear Frankie, and I thought that was just going to be a win. But then we figured that out, and now I can't hear Tuna. So we're just going to roll with it.
It's going to be great because we're going to affect Andrew's votes the way we want him to, since you're controlling the bracket.
And nobody will be the wiser.
I mean, some of you can hear me.
I mean, eventually I'll know. Well, let's go ahead. We're going to jump right into it because I have no idea how long it's going to take us. We already voted on round 1 just to try to make things faster. So we'll go through the winners of round 1, see if anything stuck out to us as interesting, and then go through our round 2 in our
March, movie, madness.
But TV, not movies.
right.
movies.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to keep it anyway.
Hey, nailed it.
Nailed it. Crushed it. So we had some people rightfully point out that some of the seating of this bracket
Is atrocious.
was great.
Atrocious.
Don't add us. It was perfect. Don't
Definitely add us. We like any attention that you will give us.
it's true, even if it's hating us.
Yeah, we're totally okay with that. Dude, some of
Absolutely.
these were tough.
But
It doesn't get easier.
they're
in the
supposed
next
to be
round.
tough. But
But
yes,
unfair.
the seating pretty much went I don't know. I put a lot of thought into how we should seed it, but you can't go by Nielsen ratings. So what other ratings are you going to go by? Rotten Tomatoes? They're garbage.
Whoa,
Rotten Tomatoes.
Is not garbage.
No, seriously, Rotten Tomatoes are really gross.
It's
Frankie.
really gross. It's disgusting.
But no, I agree with you. There was really no good way to do it. It was almost, just as good just to pull them names out of a hat.
Yeah. So what I did was I came up, like, the first 8 seeds were from lists that I found, like some, people saying what's the best drama, what's the best cartoon, that type of thing. And then the next 8 were just in order that we decided to provide them by. And so that was the seeding. And you know what? It presented some interesting matchups. So in the drama portion of the bracket, we had Breaking Bad versus The Haunting of Hill House. Tuna, sorry, Haunting of Hill House out in the first round. You can talk, Tuna. I will just try to not talk over you and probably do a bad job of it. So Breaking Bad made it to the next round. Grey's Anatomy, unfortunately,
Shocker.
made the list
What?
against House, an 8 versus 9 seed. House won, prevailed. So
And
that
both medical dramas.
both medical dramas, except one significantly better than the other. So that leads us to our first matchup in round 2, Breaking Bad versus House. Tim, what are your thoughts?
First of all, both bad boys with doctorates. Am I
Yep.
right? Am I
Yep.
right? I was workshopping that one before we started recording.
That's how Frankie and I are going to refer to us when we get our honorary doctorates.
Yeah, the bad boys.
Bad boys with doctorates.
That's mine was funnier. So
That's
you know
fair.
what? I love both of these shows, but there's only one of them that I own all the seasons of, and that's House. So I gotta vote House. It's a mixture of awesome, funny drama, and bad boy with doctorate antics. So, that we're just gonna keep rolling with
There you
it.
go.
Just keep
Keep as many
spitballing
times
here.
as
We're
we
just
can
gonna
say
keep
bad
it.
boy. Yep.
Yeah. So yep, I have to go vote House on that one.
All right, Tuna, what's your pick? It'll be a mystery to me.
He's
Not funny.
faking.
The
He's
rest of us
faking
can hear
like he
you.
can't talk.
Dead air is not good radio.
Good thing
Yeah,
we're
good
not
job.
radio, Frankie. I'm gonna have to go with
Pretty much internet radio. That's
Tim on
exactly
this
what we
one.
were. What?
Tim wins this one. He said.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, he said House.
I strongly disagree with the both of you. Breaking Bad is a much better show.
Real quick,
It was-
Frankie, just as an anecdote, it's
Mhm.
because I haven't seen Breaking Bad. I might have been on your side
Ah,
otherwise.
This is why this bracket is going to be garbage.
Look, hold on. I will
Dr.
say
Thunder is the
I
reason
will say
because he's going to see nothing.
I own one of these shows, but the
Mhm.
other show is basically getting a sequel.
And I have seen the
Well,
majority
it's
of them,
had-
Frankie. I just haven't happened to see.
Well,
Breaking
sorry,
Bad.
sorry, Frankie, but you're gonna lose 3-1 on this one.
No,
because-
it doesn't make any sense. There's more people who have liked Breaking Bad in the world than House. Breaking Bad is talked about all the time. It's gotten a spin-off.
which is why House
super
had more seasons.
successful. It didn't need to have any more seasons. It was a perfect show. It still had 5 seasons.
He said
can't
no to
argue
the
against
perfect
that.
show.
But
No,
this
no,
no, no.
isn't a vote from the rest
Sorry,
of the world.
I
Frankie.
look. If I were to go load up either show right now,
Yes,
I would go watch House.
but that's because you're an idiot.
Well, unfortunately, what the majority says goes, and I'm sure that there's
So-
going to be a few that we all cry about, like Ben
Yep.
cried about Grey's Anatomy last.
I did.
Oh
So-
my God! Breaking. This is a huge upset. This
Okay,
is a
we
show
are
that could've
never
won
going to
the
get
whole
through this
entire-
bracket if
Oh
you
my God,
keep
you're right. You're not. I'm just
complaining
saying,
about this.
this will be the upset that people talk about. Go ahead, move on.
Next up, we had The Americans versus Criminal Minds. Criminal Minds won that one out, even though, like, I'm pretty sure it's not that much better than NCIS, but I don't enjoy The Americans. I just never got
Wow,
into
I
that
hate you.
show.
I hate you. I hate you a lot.
Yep. Against the winner of Dexter versus Downton Abbey, which Dexter won, even though I've never seen a single episode of either of these shows. But on merit, I'm not going to pick Dexter. I'm not going to pick Downton Abbey. So, Criminal Minds versus Dexter. I'll go ahead and say haven't seen Dexter, so I'm voting Criminal Minds.
Oh my God.
Go ahead, Frankie.
No, I'm not voting.
Not voting. You're going to abstain.
All right, I'm gonna
Come
go
on,
ahead-
Frankie. There's
I'm gonna-
some other votes.
I'm gonna go ahead and say Criminal Minds.
Are you? Okay.
Yeah.
What?
All right, so that's 2 for Criminal Minds.
What is this?
Wow,
Tuna.
Frankie, I was going to vote for Dexter with you, but I guess I'm gonna go with Criminal Minds. I haven't seen Dexter, but I've heard good stuff about it. And my brother's
Dexter's a great TV show. It drags on in some places, and it just has a really bad ending, which in
fair
turn
enough.
makes me like Criminal Minds a little more because it's it's a little different. It's a show that every episode's different, but has a small storyline and strings it together. Whereas Dexter's one long show, but they ruined it with the ending.
fair enough.
All right, so I'm guessing that was 3 for Criminal
Cool.
Minds.
4
Yep.
for Criminal Minds then. Frankie, you swayed me. I was actually going to vote the other as well, but
You've never seen
All right.
Dexter either, have you?
I have.
Oh, okay.
So
Next
joke's
up-
on you.
We have the winner of True Detective versus This Is Us, which, come on, True Detective. That's season 1, though. Against Game of Thrones versus 24, which Game of Thrones won. I've never seen Game of Thrones, but I can't stand 24, personally.
Oh,
I'm in the minority,
those.
I know, but I literally can't stand it. So,
I despise when me and you agree on something, and I cannot stand 24. And I love Game of Thrones. I am super excited about it, and
Coming up
it's one of the
soon.
few shows I watch with my wife. So I'm gonna have to vote for Game of Thrones.
Frankie, I've
Okay.
seen Game of Thrones.
I don't believe that at all.
whoa. So that's a Game of Thrones vote from Tuna.
Yes.
okay. Tim?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen any of True Detective, so I'm not going to vote for True Detective.
Ah, True Detective, so good. I've only seen the first season. But
There's
it's
only
so
like
good.
I cannot wait to
seasons.
go watch the second season.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. All right, so I guess it's Game of Thrones, but for the record, my vote was for True Detective. Next up, we have House of Cards against Sherlock in the first round. House of Cards, I would not have thought would go out in the first round, but it went up against Sherlock, and Sherlock is just a great show.
How did that? Did you root for vote for Sherlock?
I did.
Yeah, Ben
Oh,
put it in the
okay.
bracket.
No, I mean like. Okay, that makes sense then.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I voted for Sherlock in
I
the
was gonna say,
first
I thought I
round.
voted for House of Cards, but okay. So I was the only one.
Yep. Going up against the winner of The Walking Dead versus The Umbrella Academy. I wanted The Umbrella Academy to go farther too, but it went up against The Walking Dead. How are you gonna do that? So
Phenomenon.
Sherlock versus The Walking Dead. Tuna.
I don't care for The Walking Dead much. Like, I liked season 1, got partway through season 2, and just got totally tired of it really fast.
You quit
So
on way earlier than the rest of the world did, but okay, cool.
it's because I didn't need to watch any more. To
So
know
is his vote for Sherlock?
zombies are so done.
I think he's voting for
overdone.
Sherlock.
So yeah. Oh no.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
yes.
So listen, it's not a show about zombies. It's a show about people and how we
That's
are
right.
as a basic
And
human
there's no
being.
zombies in the show anyways. There's
they're pretty
walkers.
much-
So get with it.
And
Okay.
even they're not really in the
It
show. They're in the
takes-
backgrounds.
It
Takes
takes
place in the apocalypse. Anyway, the
4 to
vote
5
for
seasons to
Walking
ask
Dead.
the same questions that you've asked.
Tim?
We've asked in movies already. Like 28 days later. And
Tim?
I envy Ben right now.
Tuna's
sorry.
talking still.
My
No,
bad.
Keep talking, Ben.
He's still talking. You can't see his lips moving. I'm just kidding.
The thing is,
Um,
because I can't hear him, his face also doesn't pop up. So I
yeah,
can't even
honestly,
tell.
I
Maybe
think
click on his face and so that you'll
Yeah.
see him.
I think Sherlock is a better show. I think it's a smarter show, and I think it's I'm with Tuna. I enjoyed The Walking Dead. I got a lot more seasons into it. I got maybe 5 or 6. I don't know. And it just lost everything for me. People are telling me to come back because it's good again or whatever, but
It never stopped being good.
I would rather I would rather watch Sherlock right now if I had a laser gun pointed at my hat. Sherlock.
Well, I love Sherlock and would not be upset if it made it to the next round. But The Walking Dead is a fantastic show. Frankie, hate to agree with you, but yes, it's not about zombies, it's about people. And the second season was one of the best seasons.
Yeah, you
The
should have got
latest
through the whole
season.
second
So
season too.
what do we do? What do we do with the tie? Do we bring it
Oh
to the
no.
audience?
Yep. So we will
All right.
leave it up to the audience. That will be at least one poll that we will put out this week to decide Sherlock versus The Walking Dead. Next up, we have our sci-fi bracket, Battlestar Galactica. In the first round, matched up against Dimension 404. Battlestar Galactica obviously won that. And Firefly went up against Dark. It was neck and neck the whole way.
You
It
didn't
was-
even vote for Dark the first time you voted.
It was.
Let's just be real. Everybody, peek behind the curtain again. Everyone voted
I misclicked.
not for Dark.
because I can't stand Firefly.
You've never seen it.
I have seen it. I started it, and I can't stand. I can't get through the first episode. I just can't stand it.
Then you've never seen it. I have this argument with people all the time. Don't
What?
tell me you dislike something if you watch one episode.
Yeah.
Because I'm like,
for real.
listen, you got to get at least through a season and then you make a decision, especially on something
Okay.
that's binge worthy.
There only is one season, and the reason why I don't like it is because Nathan Fillion is annoying to me.
Oh, come on.
You.
Annoying. So that leads
You're
us
gonna make
to-
me change my vote
Listen.
in the next round.
So I'm going to say this real quick.
So-
Firefly is one of the only TV shows that I'll say this about because my argument for a lot of these is that the more seasons, the better the show. Clearly, that's what the world thinks. And that's why it keeps getting renewed. This is the exception to that rule. Firefly is a gorgeous one-season TV show, and it's perfect. And should move on to the next round. There's my vote.
So you're voting for Firefly against Battlestar Galactica?
Firefly against Battlestar Galactica.
Okay. Well, obviously, I'm
I
going
don't
to
give
vote
a
for
frack.
My vote.
Battlestar Galactica.
Firefly. Definitely.
Andrew voted for Firefly.
You know, I really I've
you don't
seen
want
both
to
of
change your
these
vote.
shows. But only one of these shows have I watched more than once, and it's Firefly. Wait, Firefly moves on.
Nice.
Next up, Stranger Things versus Eureka. Frankie, you put Eureka on the
I did.
list, right?
It's a great show.
It is a
I'm
really
not
good
gonna
one.
lie.
Loved that show when it came out. Have you guys tried rewatching it?
No, I would be
No, there's probably some
Don't.
corniness
Yeah. Don't.
factor.
Lot.
What
A
show?
lot.
You cut out.
Eureka, he's talking about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Stranger Things went on to the second round against Westworld versus Stargate SG Uno. So that leads us to our matchup: Stranger Things versus Stargate SG1.
I'll go first, and I'll just vote for Stranger Things.
Tuna?
This is a hard vote for me because one is definitely better quality in my opinion than the other. But I have so many memories and so much nostalgia attached to SG1. It makes this harder than I think it should be. But I'm gonna vote for Stranger Things because I think overall it's a better show.
He voted for
quality-wise.
Stranger Things.
Tim? I'm curious if you will vote.
I will be the captain that will go down with my ship. I will go down with SG1. With my dying breath, I utter these words. Indeed.
Oh
Yeah,
no!
no,
Don't
Stranger
sway me back. Don't sway me back.
Oh, Tuna says he's getting swayed back.
He's not getting swayed anything. He already cast his vote.
I cast my vote.
And
Ballot has been casted. Stranger Things.
Stranger Things. Oh,
That's
I was
fine.
hoping
I
for-
love
was kinda
both
hoping
the shows.
for,
But
a community vote on that one.
Next up, we have Black Mirror in the first round faced up against Dark Matter.
It stood no chance.
Nope. And then Lost versus Star Trek The Next Generation, leading to our matchup of Black Mirror versus Star Trek The Next Generation. Now is where we all say Black Mirror.
Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Star Trek, easily.
Easy.
There's no way.
Here's
Star
the
Trek
problem
The
with
Next
adding
Generation-
Star Trek: Next Generation to this poll, this bracket is
Well, why not vote it out now?
because it's too late. I can't. It should never been put in the bracket. It slid in there. Tim threw it in there, and no one paid attention to his post. And everyone was like, okay. And all of a sudden, it's in the voting. I'm not. If I'm gonna compare the two shows head to head like I'm supposed to, there's not gonna be many things that beats The Next Generation. It's
Right,
one
but
of the
Black
best
Mirror
sci-fi
is-
TV shows of all time. No, it destroys.
Except Black Mirror,
No,
which is a
close.
perfect TV show. All right,
No,
Tuna.
not perfect.
Tuna,
I'm
speak some sense into these
Running
guys.
into the same issue I had with the Stranger Things and SG1 comparison. Next Generation again has the nostalgia, good memories. I grew up with it with my dad watching it. This time, I think I'm going to side with the nostalgia and go for The Next Generation.
Who said
Yeah, Next Generation.
Make it so, number one.
I will say I don't
Make it so.
often rewatch the first 2 seasons of Star Trek: The Next Generation, but it's sci-fi gold.
Okay, but what if Black Mirror didn't have the national anthem? Then are we?
Ooh, well, no, I would count that as balancing out the ridiculousness of season 1 of Star Trek: The Next Generation.
All right. Next up in the first round, we had Fringe versus Legion. Now I don't know what your guys thought about this, but
That
if Legion were like 4 or 5 seasons in and still as good as the first season, I would have voted for Legion, but I had to give it to Fringe because it was
Fringe
so
was a
good.
great show.
That's kind of where I'm at as well.
solid.
Going up against Doctor Who versus Into the Badlands. I couldn't stand the commercials for Into the Badlands, therefore it was
What?
never- I
Not-
just,
no
just even
comparison.
the commercials.
You didn't even get to 1 episode on that one.
No. Leading to our matchup of Fringe versus Doctor Who.
Ugh.
Listen, I'll go first.
Yep.
If I'm picking the one I like more, it's Fringe because I am not a Doctor Who fan. I think it's a little too corny. I can never get into it. But clearly I'm wrong on that because the majority of the world loves Doctor Who. So I'm going to go with Doctor Who.
You're
Clearly
no,
a better show.
you don't have to go.
You
That makes
don't- you're not-
absolutely no sense.
No, see,
Makes
we're
total sense.
deciding what the world thinks right now, Frankie.
We're making this
We are
decision for the world.
deciding
The answer
definitively.
Fringe.
Hear me out. I just don't think I've given Doctor Who a fair enough chance. One of those shows where I've only watched like 1 or 2 episodes. Maybe I should watch with this new doctor. Maybe I'll like her.
Yeah, I mean, you can't, if you
Okay,
watch
well,
a
she's
1 episode from the
fantastic.
60s, that's in black and white, might be a
I
problem.
think I watched the one with the dude from Harry Potter.
You're voting yes on Doctor Who because everybody else likes it. That's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
Doctor Who.
Frankie, you need to vote from your heart.
All right, I'm heart Doctor Who.
Heart for Doctor Who.
All right, Tim.
Oh man, this is really tough for me because
I
did
think
I
the
put
guinea
Doctor
pig
Who
has
on here or
something to say about that.
was this already on there?
This was already on there.
Because I probably would have put it on there. I've probably seen the most episodes. I don't know. Maybe Tuna saw some. I don't know. I think I've seen the most episodes of Doctor Who on of all of us. And it's an awesome show. It's one of my top fave shows, but it comes down to, if I were to watch one of these right now, I would pick Fringe. I would pick to watch Fringe over Doctor Who.
All right.
What it is.
Tuna.
Yeah, I think I'm falling exactly where Tim is. I do enjoy what I've seen of Doctor Who. I've seen most of the season with David Tennant as the Doctor, some Matt Smith, some of the original Doctors, but Fringe, I think overall enjoy more going with Fringe. Sorry, all you Whovians out there. Anybody want to translate?
So
He
he's
said
sorry,
Whovian,
I forget.
and Fringe is the best, is
No,
what he
Fringe.
said.
so he went with
I keep
Fringe?
forgetting Ben can't hear you.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm
sorry.
just like, what?
Okay, so
so-
next up we have in our comedy bracket. We're halfway through this, guys. Stick with us. Arrested Development beat out Mystery Science Theater 3000 in the first round. And The Good Place beat out It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, which It's Always Sunny is a guilty pleasure, but The Good Place, man, The Good Place. So
good.
it's so good. So that leads to probably the most difficult matchup for me, Arrested Development versus The Good Place. Frankie, go ahead.
I'm going to go ahead and say this is really tough, but Arrested Development.
All right, here's the thing. If you told me Arrested Development seasons 1 through 3, and those were the only seasons that existed, I'd say Arrested Development. But I have to factor in seasons 4 and 5. And while I still enjoyed them, they're not good. So The Good Place. Tim?
They're not bad.
They're kind of bad.
God, I hate you. I'm done with this.
Whoa,
Oh, he just rage quit.
He quit on the podcast forever. Maybe we will.
One
reach out
could
to
only
his-
hope.
we will reach out to his people for a comment. But needless to say, more than just one upset tonight. See what I did there? Frankie was upset.
Yeah.
Okay, here's my thing with this. Okay, a question for you, Ben.
Yeah.
The Good Place, has subsequent seasons been as good or gotten better?
After season 1, I said there's no way that season 2 could be better than season 1. And it was.
Oof.
It absolutely was.
Man, this is tough, but I have not enjoyed the last, like you're saying, not enjoyed the last few things from Arrested Development. So I gotta vote The Good Place.
All right, that's 2-1. Tuna?
I think I love both these shows, and I think I've laughed more consistently and grown more attached to the characters in The Good Place than I have Arrested Development. So I'm going with The Good Place.
The Good Place it is.
Even though I am
Alright.
Tobias Funke.
Tobias over here.
Next up, we had Community beating out Veep and The Office beating out The Flash. Why was that a comedy, Tim?
Because I couldn't put it in the sci-fi category. It's actually a really funny show, though.
So it's like a Golden Globes nomination in the comedy category.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, it's just like why we had why was Downton Abbey on there? Because we are culturally sensitive, right? As a podcast.
Yeah, so The Office beat out Community, and it's a real shame that Community is going up against The Office, because I love Community, but The Office, man,
But The
it's
Office.
The Office, right?
The Office.
Tuna, do you disagree? Can we just go
Tuna
ahead
says
and
The Office too. Yeah.
Office.
Oh
all the
man,
way.
Community. And here's the thing: both of the shows, I think, both of them suffered from the end seasons like petering out a little bit.
Well, I mean, Community was on Yahoo though.
But
yes,
but
yeah,
The Office has helped define
All right,
television
next
as
up-
we know it. I think.
yeah. That's true, Tuna. He said it defines television. It does.
You don't have to tell
I'm really
me.
trying to copy
I'll hear what he says later. It's fine.
The Office one.
All right. Next up, we had The Big Bang Theory going up against Scrubs. The Big Bang Theory, Frankie's favorite show.
Mm.
And Friends going up against Chuck. Chuck is also one of those shows on rewatch. Not that good.
Not as good. Oh,
Not as good, in my opinion. My sister-in-law still really likes it. So that leads us to Scrubs versus Friends. I will say this. I like Scrubs. Friends is a guilty pleasure of mine.
Oh no.
So I am voting Friends.
Tuna's just screaming. Oh, he's just screaming in my ears.
I am not saying it's
Oh.
good, but I am saying it is
I've lost a little bit
100%
of
a guilty
respect
pleasure.
for Ben just now. A little bit of respect that I had for Ben, the deep-rooted respect because he's a fellow Nolan fan, has just diminished a fair amount from that statement.
Oh. So, Tuna, are you saying you're gonna vote
Scrubs.
for
Scrubs. I will never vote for Friends for anything.
You know,
I can't stand the
I
show.
have enjoyed some Friends, that's for sure. But I've got
We
to
were on a break.
I
gotta vote Scrubs too.
And I don't think I've agreed with Frankie more about anything ever before than this.
Yeah,
He
Frankie
said, "I
did
hate
tell
that."
us. He did message us just now. He's really upset. He's licking his wounds, and he's gonna come back for next week ready to fight for his picks. But he did also say, "Scrubs, I hate Friends" in all caps.
Yep.
So I don't.
Yes.
Whatever that
means. Next up, we had Modern Family losing to How I Met Your Mother. Modern Family, one of those shows, first like 2 or 3 seasons, really solid, and then just blah from there then on out. But it's still like one of the highest rated shows on TV. So How I Met Your Mother beat that out. Going up against Parks and Recreation versus Cobra Kai. Again, is that a comedy?
It is very comical. It's listed as a comedy subgenre. It's listed under comedy, but I
Okay.
mostly threw it in there because I couldn't think of anything else.
Yeah,
at the time.
yeah, and I mean that's the only show that we had from the fated YouTube Red, and so it was automatically knocked out in the first round. Obviously,
Well, and maybe the fact that it was on YouTube Red is a joke.
I will say
maybe.
it is surprisingly good. It is a surprisingly good show.
yeah, it is coming back for another season. I think. I don't know. Anyway, so
leading
Parks
to
and
our
Rec.
matchup, How I Met Your Mother versus Parks and Recreation, the darker thunder of our show. Go ahead, Tuna. What do you think?
Parks and Rec.
Yeah, I got to go with Tuna. Parks and Rec definitely beats out whatever the one with Doogie Howser.
Frankie also went for Parks and Recreation. I really enjoy How I Met Your Mother, but it kind of falls into that Friends category of like, I don't think it's a good show, but I like it. So I'll vote for How I Met Your Mother just on
principle. It's
just
okay.
on principle.
Go down with the ship.
Really Parks and Recreation, but I'll go with it. All right, next up we had the South Park. The little upset here. Number 1 ranked South Park going up against The Legend of Korra. We're
Number
in our
one, though?
animation bracket.
But really,
now.
number one?
It was the number 1 in our bracket.
Interesting.
Now we didn't decide between Robot Chicken and Archer, did we? Or did we end up on Robot Chicken?
Was that a tie? I think we ended
think-
up on Robot Chicken.
I think we ended up on Robot Chicken, which is fine.
They're both. Are they both on
Cartoon Network, Adult Swim, yeah. Archer is like one of those like I'm pretty sure I shouldn't ever watch it, but when it's on, it is so funny. And the thing about it is if it weren't a cartoon, it would be so highly inappropriate. But because it's a cartoon, I'm just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
So that leads us to The Legend of Korra versus Robot Chicken. Tuna?
they're both very different shows, thematically. But I definitely gonna have to side with the Legend of Korra on this one. I love I prefer a story driven show over little skit segment shows. A lot of the humor is really clever in Robot Chicken, but it's also very inappropriate at times. So on that notion too, I'm going with the wholesomeness of Korra, Legend of Korra for me.
Okay, Legend of Korra from Tuna. I haven't seen any of those episodes, so I gotta go for Robot Chicken.
Oh. But have you seen Avatar? The
Uh,
Last Airbender? Not the M. Night
Avatar.
Shyamalan movie?
no, I've seen Avatar, but not Avatar. So there's that. No, I honestly, that's like the one show I have only seen maybe 10 episodes of. Yeah.
So good though. Well,
Well-
Frankie also went for Robot Chicken. Unfortunately, I gotta go for the Legend of Korra.
All right, we'll leave it up to the people.
Leave it up to the people.
We'll let the people decide. People's court.
Avatar is so good,
Avatar.
and as a sequel, The Legend of Korra. I didn't finish it because never got access to the other seasons, but the first season was so good, so I got to go with it. Next up, we had Family Guy beating out the Boondocks. Another one of those shows that for me is a complete guilty pleasure, but my roommate in college and I used to watch it all the time, and it was fantastic. I voted for the Boondocks, but Family Guy went out, going up against Space Ghost, Coast to Coast, against Dragon Ball Super, leading us to Family Guy versus Dragon Ball Super. Frankie voted for Family Guy. Tim,
I gotta vote Dragon Ball Super. It's so good, and there's rumors that they're coming back in a few months with like another whole round of episodes. It really distilled all the cool stuff from Dragon Ball Z down and took out all the really boring stuff. And it's
All right.
just like,
All right, question.
It's good.
Do they, when you watch it, do they still have like a 3-minute intro and then like a 2-minute recap and then like a 4-minute ending credit scene?
no, I don't think so. Maybe there's still a 4-minute end credits, but
All right, then Dragon Ball Super for me.
yeah. No, seriously, it's really like they took all the real boring stuff and they're like, what's the coolest parts of Dragon Ball Z? Let's just do that in a show. And they did.
It's
That's a
fantastic.
great summary of it.
Tune also with Dragon Ball Z. All right, then.
Dragon Ball Super.
Sorry, Frankie. Or Dragon Ball Super. Sorry. Doesn't matter. Same thing. Next up, we have Avatar, The Last Airbender, beating out Bob's Burgers, going up against The Simpsons, which beat out Hey Arnold. Now, here's how I feel about The Simpsons. Everything.
Sorry, keep going, Ben.
Not
Just keep
what,
going.
Oh, that's right. We haven't decided on. Then never mind. Yep, you're right.
Keep going. You're good.
Yep. Nobody needs to know anything. Nothing happened. Nothing to see here.
Nothing's wrong.
Move along. The Simpsons, everything not actually Simpsons show related, I love. Their old arcade game was fantastic.
It was so good.
Their other games are awesome.
Hit and run. Oh,
Even the Simpsons movie was really solid. I can't stand watching an episode of The Simpsons. I just don't enjoy watching the actual TV show. All their other media is fantastic. So I got to go for, I voted for Hey Arnold in the first round, and I'm going to vote for Avatar, The Last Airbender. Tuna?
I'm more or less in the same place Ben is. There's like sections, little segments from the show and things that have become like memed as a result of it that I enjoy, that I find funny, but I can't just sit through an episode of it. So I got to go with what was it going up against? Avatar?
yeah, Avatar. Right?
I got to go.
Going for the Avatar.
Oh, I have to go with Avatar. Plus I just love Avatar.
Yeah, he loves it. He loves Avatar. He said, "That's really what he said."
Yeah.
Those are the
Frankie
words he
voted
used.
for The Simpsons.
Oh, okay.
Tim?
Oof. Why do I? Why?
Oh,
why
gotta
you make?
decide. You got
Why
to
you? Why you? What? I think we're only allowed to give it to the people for like one per region. So I'll have to go with the Avatar Ray. I will say, like, I've loved The Simpsons. My family owned tons of seasons, but it's a show where I haven't watched the last 10 seasons or something because there's like 1,000 seasons.
I mean,
just
it
keeps
is
going.
impressive. It is
It's
very impressive.
Even through writer strikes, through like the voice actors getting like basically what did they do? Striking. Basically. Yeah.
Again, if it were their other media, I might have to give it to The Simpsons, but no, no.
Yeah, because all the Avatar games I think are pretty bad, if I remember.
Oh yeah, no, they're garbage. Lastly, very last, we had Pokemon beating out King of the Hill, going up against Futurama, which beat The Amazing World of Gumball. So, Tuna, Pokemon or Futurama?
Oh, man. This is a back to the nostalgia versus quality thing. I think Futurama is pretty much in every way a better show. Definitely better show than Pokemon, but there's just all the feels.
So many feels.
Pokemon. I gotta go with my brain will hate me if I don't go with it. I'm gonna go with Futurama.
Okay, you went Futurama. Yeah, I recently they've been doing these marathons of Pokemon on Twitch. It's like Twitch presents Pokemon, and it's like every episode of the cartoon ever, and it's really bad.
Even
It's
at the
really,
time, even when I was watching it as a kid, I knew it was bad.
like, what is happening? Yeah. Yeah, so I'll go with Futurama on this one. I know Pokemon's like a worldwide
Culturally,
sensation, but
it's a phenomenon, but
gotta go Futurama.
Yep. Frankie also went Futurama. I'm also going to go Futurama.
Unanimous on the last one
on the
of
last
the night.
one. On the last one. So be on the lookout for our polls on The Legend of Korra versus Robot Chicken and Sherlock versus The Walking Dead. Tuna, where can people connect with us?
Oh, now
sorry,
Tuna can't hear you.
you said
I'm just
something.
kidding.
He cut out. What did he say?
How can twitter.com/3criticspod, facebook.com that we're in the Incredible Critics. We do Insta chat. Come snap with us there, and we'll see you next week
on the Incredible Critics.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. Oh, that was so perfect.
I'm glad I had a teleprompter for that one.
Wait, so what happened to Tuna?
You just cut out randomly.
Ben just asked me to do the social media stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, my gosh.
He was like, Ryan, where can people find us? Somehow you just cut out just for that part.
I thought it was
like, what?
Tuna, like it cut off like right around where I think he was saying my name for me.
We have an Instagram though, Tuna, don't we?
Huh? Yes, we have an Instagram.
What is it?
Incredible Critics.
Nailed it.
Do we want to talk about Apple subscription service real quick, and I can just post it on Thursday?
Why not? Why not? Tuna, did you see anything about that?
I know that it's their new like movie TV thing that they're going to be doing their own stuff for producing.
All right, let's try to keep it to like 10 minutes.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, so no.
Are you going to do the music again?
No, no, because I can't hear anything. Here's
the
the
thing.
thing.
We want to wait and do that when he can hear us.
If Tuna has any brilliant thing to say, I still can't hear.
All he said was, "Do you want to wait and see if you can hear us?"
Wait till when?
I don't know.
Yeah, no.
Fair enough.
Because
we can just drop a quick thing.
Yeah.
Just play the movie news audio.
Okay.
Why not?
Yeah, sounds good. All right. We are the Incredible Critics, and we just real quickly wanted to also talk about the big Apple event that was this past Monday, announcing their latest products, services, really, but I guess they're products. And so we're going to talk about it in a quick movie news segment.
This just in.
That was good.
So this week, Apple announced kind of 5 new products: Apple News Plus, Apple Card, which is a credit card, and I'm gonna need me to get me that. Apple Arcade, Apple TV channels, and most important to us, Apple TV Plus. So, real quickly, the Apple News Plus is just a subscription service for certain magazines and newspapers. Apple Card's a credit card. Apple Arcade is a subscription gaming service. Apple TV channels is just a revamped TV app, and Apple TV Plus is Apple's new Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime competitor. They had lots of people come out on stage. Steve Carell, Jennifer Aniston, Reese Witherspoon, Reese without her spoon. Who else? Except Oprah. Let's be real. Oprah was the only one that mattered.
What? Big Bird, bro.
Dude. Oh, Big Bird. That's
Come
right. Big
on.
Bird.
Way taller than
Steven
Oprah.
Spielberg.
Obviously.
Avi. So they didn't announce any pricing, which I think is the most interesting part. I don't know. Tim, what did you think of the announcement?
I mean, I think, look, if anything comes out of this, I'm hoping it's Apple and Threat Level Midnight. You know, if we get a blockbuster size budget behind Threat Level Midnight from The Office, I'm in on this.
Yeah.
No, I think a lot of the shows look really cool and interesting, like you would find on Netflix or Amazon. I think it looks like you're still going to get more from Netflix and from Amazon.
Yeah.
And it really is just right now, just like a few things that they announced. They didn't even show like clips from those shows or anything. They just kind of had one trailer for the service.
Right.
And they didn't say pricing anything at all.
Now, here's the thing, though. People are wondering whether or not they're going to make it free on Apple devices.
Right.
If they do that, that's actually pretty impressive.
They would drag me into that service for sure. Honestly,
Well,
they could. They're
mean-
Apple. They could just do like it's $2.99, and they would. And it's not
Right.
like they're going to dethrone anybody. They're not going to dethrone Netflix with this thing or Amazon at this point. But they're. I think the fact that it's adding to the competition of Netflix and Amazon is a really great thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Tuna, did you see the event?
Not the whole event, but I watched the stuff about Apple TV, the trailer, and that jazz. They got some big names. So
Really
that
big
part,
names.
that part's really. J.J. Abrams, like you said, Jennifer Aniston, M. Night Shyamalan. However, regardless of how you feel about him, still big name people in there.
Still a name. His name is big. He's a really long name. Shamalama.
Yeah, I'm. My interest is piqued. I don't know. I can't really say much about if I'm going to commit to it or not at this point, obviously, like you guys, but I'm definitely going to be watching more information coming forward.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And I think we're going to get a tons more. It's supposed to be launching in the fall. We're going to get a lot more information, I would assume, at Apple's iPhone event.
I'm encouraged seeing just more people, more names coming into the game with stuff like this Disney Fox merger. Like monopolies in any kind of industry can be dangerous for creativity and the industry itself. So it's just cool to see another player attempting to come onto the field, and I kind of hope it goes well.
Yeah, I do too. And for me, though, it's mostly because Steven Spielberg was talking about an Amazing Stories reboot. Come on, everybody, anybody?
Yeah, I mean, here's the problem. Here's the problem to me. Big names in film and TV
are everywhere.
do not. Yes, and they do not guarantee that anything is going to be a success. So Normally when you see like a big showing like this for Apple, where it's this really impressive lineup of products or specs or something like that, you go, oh wow, that's obviously going to do really well because Apple just like vomits money and profitability. But in this case, I'm not confident.
But Ben, they got Oprah to
Good old Harpo
to really just talk a lot at the thing about being a person and
here's the thing.
Existence.
Here's the thing.
So,
In the middle of her speech or whatever, I'm like, wow, this is like, I'm pretty sure she's saying nothing, and yet I am inspired.
I feel so inspired.
I'm gonna go take over the world. I have no idea what you just said, Harpo, but I am in.
How the culture finds its way into these things.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I have high hopes. If anything, just that it's going to create more competition in the original series space.
Oh, sure.
And Steve Carell and Amazing Stories. So,
yeah, I mean, it's all going to come down to pricing. If they're in the same like area ballpark as Netflix and
like
Hulu,
$10,
it's not going to do it. It's just not going to do it. But if it's cheaper, $2 or $3 maybe, it could have a shot. Well, that is all for us this week. We'll catch you next week with a regular episode of The Incredible Critics.
double nailed it.
Ben broke me.
Frankie just came back to the podcast.
Just came back just to say that. Just to point that out. All right, guys, I got to go.
Same.
All right, man. Have a good night.
Oh, by the way, I'm not here next week, so Tuna, you good to edit?
Sure.
So we have to fight with Frankie about all this stuff without you to be
I'll
there
give
to
you
defend, to put a wall, to put a shield.
Yes, but I will submit my picks.
Submit the picks.